basketball action at the American Airlines Center in Dallas, Texas, the home of the Mavericks, live on 2K Sports. It's Wednesday Night Basketball, live on 2K Sports. Hi, everyone. This is Kevin Harlan. In the booth, as always, with Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr. The Mavericks hoping to give a strong showing here for their home crowd.
Well, I think they really want to come in here and get this win tonight, not only for redemption for losing the first time they met up, but also to be in a situation to take the season series 2-1, which could mean something come playoff time.
Steve, I think that it's always something that gets you extra hyped up and makes you play that much harder knowing that you've got something additional to prove. I mean, these guys want to prove they can win, and I think we'll see them try to set the tone right from the start.
And now the opening lineup for Boston, courtesy of State Farm.
Wow, what a throwdown. Look at that athletic play. Incredible.
Pretty significant laps there on the defensive end, guys.
Yeah, those are the ones you just can't allow.
No, if you're giving up dunks and layups defensively, you're in huge trouble.
Pierce kicks the lead. Gathers. A second chance effort. And Green puts it in. Green's got his first points of the night.
He was not to be denied that time, guys. Fought his way to the glass and came up with the points. Now we look at Jeff Green out of Georgetown here playing at the small forward. Really a combo. He can play either the 3 or the 4. I think what makes him tough is that he can handle the ball like a 3, but he's got the size of a power forward.
Out of bounds. Dallas takes possession. And so it's Dallas with 7-point differential. They are coming off that win against Atlanta.
And with the success they had from behind the arc in that game, you knew they were going to be in good shape.
Yeah, especially with that kind of long-range shooting. I mean, that's difficult for a team to overcome.
And he will punish an opponent for giving him that much room from mid-range. He'll hit that all day.
And when you look at Jeff Green, he's got the quickness to play the 3, but he can post up on others at small forward.
Yeah, I like him best as small forward, Kevin. He's more comfortable, I think, in quickness matchups than he is in his strength and bully ball matchups. And his rebounding numbers less of an issue when he's playing small forward.
And the Mavericks making a change here. James is checked in. And both free throws good from Garnett.
You know, guys, one of the reasons Dallas did not re-sign Tyson Chandler last year was they wanted to preserve some cap space. And they had Dwight Howard in mind, but Dallas has had to use their cap space elsewhere. But, you know, the key was just developing enough flexibility to give them a lot of different options. And I think that's always a factor for any NBA team. Now, second chance points are going to be key. They've got to keep this team off the boards.
And, Steve, any slip-ups boxing out can really cost you there.
Out to Lee. He dishes it to Bradley. And it's going to be a 3-second call. Let's quickly take a look at the standings out east. The season nearly complete. Look at the Heat. And, of course, the Boston Celtics. They're tied right now. Dallas, to me, Steve, always seems a team very mindful of upcoming free agents and cap space restrictions. One of the reasons why they made the moves last year. Even if, Clark, they don't get a big name, they always seem to be in the mix somewhere.
Well, they're always hovering around, and I think it points to the savvy of the front office there, Kevin. And that's really what allows teams to be competitive over long periods of time. It's not just about the players you have and their talent, but it's how you acquire players and piece together your team.
They're very forward-thinking, aren't they?
Yeah.
Nowitzki, that's for 2. And the Mavericks get another bucket right there.
And the defense really has to pick it up here, guys. They allowed themselves to get picked too easy.
It's not enough for the defense to just get into position. They've got to get in the way.
He took what they gave him and cashed in.
Yeah, he paid it off.
Yeah, in a big way. Superb finish.
James kicks to Mayo. Nowitzki himself. Dallas moving it around. Austin Brown, he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Brandon Wright was the number 8 overall pick back in 2007 coming out of North Carolina. Didn't play a lot for the Warriors, but has always been productive in limited minutes. The question with him is he's strong enough to play a major role. At this point, just a good solid backup.
Elton Brand's checked in for the Mavericks. Collison comes in for James. It's Pierce with the drive. Garnett puts up the baby hook. And again, it's Boston converting.
And, you know, talking about Brandon Wright, he's done a lot of functional strength training, trying to engage his core in an area between your kneecaps and your sternum. He's got his weight up to 230 pounds now, and that added muscle, I think, will help him compete physically night in and night out, and make him more of an effective player.
It's out of bounds. The Mavericks able to retain possession here. All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Guys, I caught up with Doc Rivers for a minute. He said tonight is all about putting in the extra effort on the defensive end. Coach went on to say, I put up a challenge to each and every one of my players tonight. If every player can keep their opponent from below their normal scoring numbers, they'll get the next practice off. Sounds like good motivation, gentlemen.
Doris, thank you. It'll be interesting to see how that defensive mindset serves them here in the first half.
Yeah, it will be, Kevin, because if they come out with the right frame of mind and they don't have much success early, the game plan's going to have to change in a big hurry.
And even so, Steve, I think the defensive approach Doris talked about is exactly the one they should employ. 3 straight buckets in the paint. They're making it look effortless.
Well, speaking of effortless, you'd like to see a little more out of the defense. So how about trying, guys?
Brand kicks to right. Kevin Garnett with the steal. Now here's Terry. 9 points last game. Bass with it. He's picked up by Brand. Goes up.
It's amazing the way the NBA has grown into a true international game in the last 2 decades or so. So many great players coming from around the world. It truly is a global sport. You know, one thing you know about Bass is that he's going to knock some people around underneath. He's very strong. He's not real tall for a front court man, but he's strong. He's skilled as well. He'll knock down shots, but he loves getting on the offensive glass.
Oh, yeah, he'll make guys who have 4 or 5 inches on him look like a crash test dummy the way he throws them around. Bass is a big guy. He has no problem letting you know it. And you know what? His outside shot loosens up everything inside, spacing the floor beautifully for the Boston Celtics. Jordan Crawford's checked in for Boston. Both shots good from the stripe. And to follow up on that point you were talking about, Steve, every year we see more and more nations represented with an NBA player. You know, it can only help the game grow worldwide.
Well, and remember, basketball is still a relatively young sport when you put it up against, say, soccer. So how about the countries that are just getting interested in basketball, whether it's India or China, the last decade or so? They have so many people there. They're bound to turn out some good, high-quality talent before too long.
It's rebounded by Dallas, and they played the Celtics once earlier in the season. That drive by Carter gets it to go. Carter's got 6 points.
That's exactly what they had in mind on that possession.
Crawford kicks to Williams. Feeds to Bass.